Hi, in this video we are going to see how map function, filter and other few things, how it is working in Dataweave coding. So that is what we are going to see with some sample XML. And in order to do that, I'll just create one Mule application project. I'll just name that project as Mule project as map filter demo. And I'll just click finish. So in this one, I'm going to trigger my application through HTTP listener. So I'll add a HTTP listener. In that, I'm going to give a default configuration only with 8081 port. So I'll leave this port as default. I'll give OK. And this path resource endpoint name, I'll just give like I'm going to get some botanical plant name. So I'll just give botanical name as my endpoint. This is my listener configuration. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to extract some data from this particular URL. If you see here w3schools.com XML plant catalog, it is having a catalog of plants. So there are 36 plants are available in this particular sample. So we are going to retrieve that from this URL. So if you want to access any HTTP based URL, you can call this HTTP request service and you can connect to that URL. Okay, so this particular URL is available under the HTTPS. So I'll select HTTPS, I'll paste this URL here, and it's asking us to fill only host alone. So I removed HTTPS here, and I'll remove this part as well, which is path, because we have to fill only the host name here. I'll click OK, and here there is a path where I'll fill the remaining path. Okay, so now if you look at this one, it is showing the complete URL. Okay, so you are able to see the complete URL. So now the request configuration also complete. So now what I'll do, I'll just add one transform message here, because we are receiving the data from here as XML. I just wanted to convert to JSON and I wanted to show it. So I'll just convert that value as a JSON output, and I wanted to show the entire payload in a JSON format. So that is why I given a payload here. I'll save this one and I'll start the project now by running a run. So I'm just starting the project now. So meanwhile, I'll just open this Postman where I'm going to post the request. Localhost, and this application is running in 8081 port, and the endpoint name, right? I'll just copy the endpoint name, which is botanical name. So what we are going to do in this example, we are going to get the botanical name of actual plant. Okay, so if you look at the sample, you have many plant, you have some common name. So that is what we are going to pass it in a request, and we are going to get the botanical name of it. So first in the code, what we have done is we're just calling and we are trying to get all the values from the particular source. So this source has a sample which is a XML, which I'm trying to take it, and that one I'm converting as a JSON. So after that, what we are going to do is we are going to process each plant, and we are going to take specific botanical name of particular plant name. So that is what we are going to do with the filter and also map function. Map function, it is mainly to process list of object. For example, so map is mainly for handling array. So if you look at this data, you have list of plants, that is array. In that array, we are going to take only the botanical field name as output, where I'm going to pass this common field as input. So if I pass this bloodroot, and you will get the botanical name of it. Similarly, if I pass another common plant name, you will get the botanical name of it. So now if you wanted to process all the records which is there in this particular file, if you wanted to process any array, you need to use a map. And then once I use map, I will be able to iterate to all the records. And after that, I wanted to specifically filter some specific record, then I need to use a filter function. So that is what you are going to try now. So now the project which we have started, it is deployed now. I'm going to run that. So this is my endpoint which is running with this specific port. If I run it, it will give the complete plant details in a JSON format, because in the transform message, we are converting that as a JSON format. See here, it's a plant. So now this plant, there are 36 records which I wanted to process it. So in order to process that, we need to convert that as an array. See here, it's showing object symbol for every plant. But if you wanted to process something in a map, you need something called array. So we are going to convert that as an array. So in order to do that, what you can do is you can go to this transform message, and this is your entire code. If you are going to write something called map here, it will fail because the payload is not an array, it's an object. So you need to convert that as array, or you have to take only the portion of the array data. So what is the array I wanted to take? I wanted to convert this plant as array. So you just put cat log, and then you have something called plant. If you wanted to make this plant as array, then you have to give asterisk then plant. Okay, so then if you give that one, then this will get converted as an array of data. Then you have a map. So map has some syntax. You have to pass the payload, which is item. So for example, if you have this section, it's one item, this is another item. Okay, so likewise we have 36 item. So this map is going to process all the 36 items. So whenever it runs, it takes one item. And then I wanted to pass the index also, and your syntax is you have to put this one and open parenthesis and close. So if you wanted to print only the botanical name, right? So this is my field name. Okay, and I wanted to give some key. You can give any name here. So for example, I wanted to give it like botanical name and then colon. And this value, if I wanted to access this particular field, you have to access it like this field name, which is item dot and then the actual field name in your payload. So this way you can access your botanical field name from your particular input. So now I'll run this one. So now the project is getting deployed. So it's deployed. I'll just try to run it. Earlier all the data is coming. So now I'll try to send it. You'll be getting only one field, which is botanical name. And also see here, this is array now, because we used this asterisk symbol there, which will take the particular entire set as an array. So here we used asterisk symbol, right? So that is converting for you as an array, and this is the array, and you have list of object. See here, I'm able to see all the data. So now I wanted to filter only specific data. For example, I wanted to pass this blood root, and I wanted to take this botanical name. So how do I take it? So I need this common field name as an input, right? So I'll pass that input. So how do I pass the input? You can pass the input here. So I can say question mark, and this is a common name, right? So I'll just give, this is my common plant name, and then I can give equal to, and then my value, right? So I'll just give this this value, marsh marigold, right? I'll give that value, and if you run this, still you will get the same output only, because we didn't write any code to filter that particular common plant name, right? So how do you filter it? It's very simple. You have everything here. So here you can add a filter. You can add a filter. There what you wanted to filter? You wanted to filter payload. Payload, this field name is what? Actually this field name is common, right? Payload.common equal to whatever I passed, right? That I need to fill it here. Okay. So how do you take it? So I can add some set attributes or set variable. I'll use set variable here. So I'm going to take the value which is coming from this particular field name, common. So I'll just take that field name, which is common plant name, which is my query parameter name, which I'll put it here. This is the variable name I'm going to create it. Where I'm going to take it, so I'll just click the switch to expression mode, and I'll give it like attributes, query param. See here, it's automatically populating, and then give dot, and here this is a field name which you are passing it from the query parameter, which I'm assigning to this particular variable name. So this is a field now, it's coming from your source. Okay, so now I'll just go to the transform message. If my payload common field name equal to whatever I filled it in the query parameter, right, which I stored in the variables. So if you want to access any variable, you have to give vars dot that particular variable name. Okay, I have given that. I'll save this one. So now what we are doing is we are trying to filter only the record which is matching with my common payload common field name equal to whatever I passed in a query parameter. So when it is matching, I wanted to print that botanical name. So now we have done that and saved it. Go to the console. The application is already started. Earlier when we run this, we got the entire data. So now the marsh marigold is part of this particular plant and it is having a botanical name of this one, right? So this botanical name alone should come now. So I'll just run this again now. You will be able to see only one record now. See here, one record and which is having this value, right? So this value, it's nothing but this value in your XML. So this way you can process array of record using a map function, and then if you wanted to filter any specific record, then you can use filter in order to filter specific record. So we have seen filter today, and how to use map we have seen, and also how to get the attributes from the query parameter also we have seen today. Thank you. Hi, thank you for watching this video so far. If you like the video, please share it with your friends and also subscribe to this Tech Lightning channel. Thank you. Bye-bye.